Hey guys, darkmaster491 here, and I've got a battle versus another gym leader from the PAX Pokémon League, Glitch, Master of Birbs. This is going to be a 6 versus 6 single battle. My opponent has a Skarmory, and I'm going to predict that my opponent will lead with the Skarmory to try to set up the Stealth Rock. So I'm going to lead with my Choice Scarf Zapdos, and I'm going to have it go for the Volt Switch. And I'll have my Zapdos switch out into my Hatterene, which has the Magic Bounce ability. So if my opponent goes for the Stealth Rock with Skarmory, it'll get bounced back to my opponent's side of the field. Skarmory usually has a sturdy ability, so it's always guaranteed to survive at least one attack if it has a sturdy ability, so that's why I'm thinking of going for the Volt Switch play and switching into my Hatterene, and then I can switch back out into Zapdos again and finish off the Skarmory with another Volt Switch the following turn. After I get rid of the opposing Skarmory, things will be much easier. I can bring in my own Skarmory and go for some Whirlwinds if my Hatterene already bounced back to Stealth Rock if my opponent tries to set up Stealth Rock with their Skarmory, or if I need to, then my Skarmory also can set up Stealth Rock, but we'll see what happens in this battle. The Porygon 2 is going to be kind of annoying to deal with, so I'm going to need my Glastrier to set up a Swords Dance, or go for some Max Knuckles, or pick up some KOs to activate the Chilling Neigh ability so that it'll have an easier time dealing with the Porygon 2. Surfetch could be a bit of a problem for Glastrier to deal with, but I could have my Skarmory go for some Brave Birds to knock it out. Hatterene and Zapdos could also deal with it. I could Dynamax my Zapdos and have it go for a Max Airstream to knock out the Surfetch, and I have a lot of options here to deal with the rest of the team. Anyways, I'm ready to battle, so let's jump into the battle now. Alright, so my opponent is going to lead with the Skarmory as I expected, and I let out my Zapdos. So I'm going to have my Zapdos go for the Volt Switch and switch into my Hatterene as I planned. And pretty sure this Skarmory is just going to go for a Stealth Rock or Spikes. So if I Volt Switch and switch into my Hatterene, the Magic Bounce will bounce back the Stealth Rock or Spikes. So yeah, Skarmory should survive Volt Switch even if it gets the critical hit, because Skarmory usually has the sturdy ability, but actually takes it pretty well. Yeah, so I'm just going to switch into Hatterene, which has the Magic Bounce ability, and let's see if the Skarmory goes for like Stealth Rock or Spikes. And they are going to go for the Stealth Rock, so that's wonderful. It's going to get bounced back onto my opponent's side of the field, and this is looking really good. So I'm just going to hard switch back into Zapdos since I know that my opponent is not going to go for Stealth Rocks again. I'm going to switch back into Zapdos and finish it off with another Volt Switch. So Skarmory might go for Roost, or maybe Brave Bird or something. So let's see. They're going to go for Body Purse, so that's great. So I can just finish it off with another Volt Switch. They have no ground type, so I can just click Volt Switch. Yeah, there's no need to click Thunderbolt. I can just Volt Switch and bring back Zapdos later on in the battle. So yeah, that was a free first KO. Well, not quite free because it took a Body Press, but yeah, not too much damage. So yeah, that's great. I was able to get rid of the Skarmory. So now I'm thinking of maybe setting up the Trick Room of Hatterene. I'm not 100% sure if I want to do that yet, but I'm not sure what my opponent's going to send out. So I'm just going to send out Hatterene, and if they send out something that my Hatterene can deal with, or my Glastrier, then I'll probably go for the Trick Room. So let's see what my opponent sends out. Yeah, because if I send out Skarmory, they'll probably... Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure what they would send out if they send out Skarmory, if I send out Skarmory. But yeah, they're going to send in the Surfetched. Yeah, so I'm thinking... do I want to stay in? I mean, it's probably going to go for like Poison Jab or something. I'm not sure like if I want to set up Trick Room, because if I set up Trick Room now, like I really want to get rid of this Surfetch first. And yeah, like if it goes for the Poison Jab and let's say it gets the critical hit and the poison, then I lose Hatterene, and yeah, Glastrier is probably not going to knock out the Surfetch if Surfetch Dynamaxes, and yeah, that could get kind of annoying. So I want to weaken it with Skarmory first and go for some Brave Birds. I don't need to Stealth Rock because they already did that work for me. They already set up the Stealth Rock for me, got bounced back. I'm just going to go for some Brave Birds. I really need to weaken this Surfetch. before I set up the Trick Room. So, I mean, yeah, that was a good play sending in the Surfetched. Yeah, Surfetched does put on a bit of pressure onto my Glastrier, and yeah, it has, I figured it would have the Poison Jab for my Hatterene. I mean, Hatterene could take it, but I'm just like concerned about a potential critical hit and poison, bad stuff happening. Anyways, Brave Bird does some pretty good damage. It's gonna go for Meteor Assault, so wow, it's gonna do a lot of damage. Let's see if Skarmory can survive that. It does manage to survive, so that's really good. I'm gonna go for a Roost here and just finish it off with another Brave Bird. Yeah, so definitely great to get rid of this Surfetched. I think, yeah, another issue is that, let me see, yeah, my opponent still has the Porygon too, so it's not so simple for me to just set up Trick Room and try to sweep Glastrier. I mean, I basically just had to weaken the Surfetched a bit to put it in KO range for Glastrier to finish it off with Max Hailstorm or whatever. Yeah, so they don't really have too much to deal with the Skarmory, I guess. You're gonna send in the Noctowl. Just in case it does something like Nasty Plot, I might consider Whirlwinding it. And my controller's still having some drift issues. I might have to consider getting a new Joy-Con, because my Joy-Con's been having a lot of drift issues lately. So yeah, it's been a problem in a few of my battles. I've actually selected the wrong move several times because of my Joy-Con. So it's been very annoying, but hopefully we'll get through this battle without having to worry about my Joy-Con messing up. Okay, so we get that Whirlwind, and they do go for the Nasty Plot, so it's a good thing I went for the Whirlwind. I mean, Noctowl's not really that big of an issue, but still, it's always good to Whirlwind stuff. They're gonna get the Freeze, so that's really bad. They can go for a Belly Drum here, but I may have Special Sweepers on my team, and let's see, what I can do here is I can decide not to break the Ice Face ability. So this way the Penguin stays slow. It's got base 50 speed, I believe. So yeah, even if it has something like Slack Berry, it's not going to be fast enough to outspeed my Choice Scarf Zapdos or Choice Scarf Ninetales. So yeah, I could finish it off with like Heat Wave, or I might chip damage it with like Volt Switch or something. Let's see what they do. They're gonna go for the Belly Drum. Yeah. So that's the play that I was expecting them to go for. I mean, I'm not gonna switch out because they could Ice Punch. Like, I didn't want to take the risk that they might go for the Ice Punch. But yeah, well played. So yeah, they're just gonna probably Ice Punch to finish off Skarmory. I mean, unless you have Substitute or something. I'm not sure if you can like have both Ice Face and Substitute. That would be really interesting. Very interesting interaction to see how that works. So it's kind of like having two substitutes. Like, I guess kind of like Mimikyu has a disguise ability, and if it goes for Substitute. I've never actually tried that though. Really interesting to find out if you can have both Substitute and the Ice Face ability on Ice-Q at the same time. So I'm thinking maybe I go to Zapdos to get a little chip damage and Volt Switch. I'm not sure. I could could also Dynamax Zapdos and go for like Max Airstream. So if I recall correctly, Ice-Q doesn't really have that great special defense. But oh, actually, I forgot. It has a really low HP. What am I thinking? So I could just Volt Switch it. I forgot how much HP the Ice-Q had for a second. Yeah, because it Belly Drum. So yeah, it's gonna go for the Endure. That's probably Slackberry. But yeah, it's just too slow. It's not that fast. See, now I can just switch into like Ninetales. I guess I can just go for. Yeah, I can switch into Ninetales and go for Dazzling Gleam or Blizzard. Yeah, that's the best play to just avoid taking damage. Yeah, Yeah, so I'm gonna send in Ninetales here and finish it off with a Blizzard. My opponent wouldn't switch, but Blizzard just does the most damage overall to everything my opponent has on a team. In case he does switch, but he shouldn't switch, my opponent. But, you know, you never know. Yeah, considering that 2 of the Pokemon are weak to Blizzard, I might as well just go for it. Yeah, I don't know why I have Nasty Plot on the Ninetales. Yeah, I was actually supposed to breed another Ninetales with Freeze Dry and Moonblast, but I didn't have time for that. This is a Ninetales that I was using in VGC double battles. So yeah, I wasn't intending to put Moonblast or Freeze Dry on it for that set. So yeah, just using that same Ninetales. But definitely for single battles, I would probably have Freeze Dry and Moonblast on the Ninetales. Well, actually, Nasty Plot, I think that was in case I decided Dynamax Ninetales. I can go for Nasty Plot and then just get big damage with max Hailstorms. So yeah, I think that's why I had Nasty Plot onto it. The Ninetales. Yeah, Porygon 2 is going to be kind of annoying. I'm thinking about switching, but that just doesn't make any sense. I might as well just... Wait, actually, I could switch into... Let me think. Actually, I have an idea. I could just go for a Blizzard and then switch next turn if I suspect that my opponent is going to go for a Recover. Yeah, because there's no way Ninetales is beating Porygon 2, because Porygon 2 is just going to Recover stall. Porygon 2 is so annoying. Okay, they're going to get the burn. I mean, that's bound to happen, because Tri Attack is like 20% chance of causing a status effect. So that's what it is. Now I can switch into Glastrier, I think. The Porygon 2 is faster than Glastrier, that's the only problem. He would get the Tri Attack in before Glastrier gets to attack, so it is a little bit annoying. I don't really want to switch in anything else. I want to try to get in the Swords Dance with Glastrier, but I mean, if my opponent decides to play really aggressively and Dynamax the Porygon 2 or something, that could be a problem. I don't know how much damage Max Strike would do. Like, Glastrier is bulky, but it's just not that bulky. Anyways, I'm sure they're going to go for Recover here, so I'm just going to hopefully get a free switch into Glastrier. Yeah, because I could use Ninetales later on. Could definitely be useful to take out the Latios and the Noctowl. So they're going to go for Recover, as I expected, so that's good. Now the question is here, what do they do here? They could Tri Attack or... Well, if they decided Dynamax, that would be kind of scary. So I'm wondering if I should Dynamax Max Knuckle or should I go for Swords Dance? Like, I want to go for Swords Dance if they're just going to go for Tri Attack and then Dynamax next turn. Not sure. Yeah, definitely don't want to taunt because, I mean, Porygon 2's... I mean, even if they had, like, Toxic, it's not a big deal. I mean, unless they're using... If they're using a battle-ready Porygon 2, it's not going to have Toxic, but if it's, like, transferred from Generation 7 with Toxic, then it could have that. But either way, they're going to Dynamax the Porygon 2, so this is going to be a disaster for me. Oh, boy. Yeah, Glastrier is going to take a lot of damage from Max Strike. That's not good at all. Honestly, I didn't think they would Dynamax. That's a really good Dynamax. Oh boy. Ooh, that actually did a lot less than I expected. Okay. Did about 50%. So I guess I'd Dynamax next turn. I think the Hailstorm ends this turn. Okay, so I'm gonna go for Max Hailstorm to set up the Hail again. Well, see what else I have. Darn, I kind of want to preserve Glastrier too, but it's like, it's hard to get damage on Porygon 2. It's just like so bulky. Yeah, I have a Swords. I might as well just like max and get damage. Yeah, I'm actually gonna go for the Max Guard because I want to stall out one of their Dynamax turns. So yeah, then I'll have 2 Dynamax turns to work with while they only have 1. So I'm figuring Max Strike and Tri-Attack Glastrier could probably survive that. Let's see. So yeah, I definitely need to burn one of their Dynamax turns. That's always a good play. They're gonna go for the Max Strike, because yeah, if I just let them Max Strike twice without Max Guarding, they're just gonna knock out Glastrier, so don't want that happening. So it's already at +2. I don't think getting to +3 would make too much of a difference. And Max Hailstorm, I believe that does more than... I didn't calculate how much that does compared to Max Knuckle. Super effective, but I believe Max Hailstorm should actually do more than Max Knuckle. So yeah, super effective Max Knuckle, I mean. So yeah, that's gonna be like 50% or so. That's good damage. Alright. So this is the end of their Dynamax turns. That's really good. I have one more Dynamax turn. I should be able to get rid of this Porygon too now. I don't think Tri-Attack will pick up the KO on my Glastrier. So yeah, should be able to get rid of this sippy chicken Porygon too. Oh, they have Substitute. Oh wow, that's... I don't think I've ever seen that on a Porygon 2. That's really interesting. But you know what? I probably should have went for Max Knuckle. I mean, it's not like it makes a difference anyways, because they're gonna knock out my Glastrier next turn. Yeah, I'm just gonna stay in and go for close combat, because they take Hailstorm damage anyways. But I need to plan for next turn. Definitely need to plan for the next turn. Yeah, I think Porygon 2 takes enough damage from the hail that I can finish it off with Volt Switch. Okay, they're gonna finish me off with a Tri-Attack. But I think Glastrier did a pretty good job. I just wish it was able to take out the Porygon 2, and maybe I could preserve Glastrier for later, but that is not the case. So I think it's in Volt Switch range. I mean, it's really low. I mean, Porygon 2 is always scary, but I think it should pick up the KO with Volt Switch. Yeah, Porygon 2 is honestly like one of the most annoying Pokemon in the game. Not as bad as Blissey, but Blissey or Chansey. But Chansey is horrible. I hate Chansey. But yeah, thankfully they don't have a Chansey. Okay, I'm gonna go for Volt Switch. Ninetales Burn. I don't know if this is a great idea. It's gonna take a little burn damage. But being that their last Pokemon are weak to ice, why not? Believe they have 2 Pokemon left. Yeah, there comes Latios. Okay, if they're like Modest Choice Scarf, my Ninetales will outspeed it, because my Ninetales is Timid Nature Choice Scarf. So yeah, gonna get that Blizzard off. But yeah, actually Latios is naturally faster than Ninetales anyways, but yeah, so the Choice Scarf will allow it to outspeed Latios. I was just thinking maybe it was like, I don't know, Modest Choice Scarf or something, because some Latios, back in Generation 5, a lot of people used to run either Choice Scarf or Choice Specs on Latios. Oh, we're gonna miss the Blizzard, but that's fine. I have Zapdos, can just come in with go for the Volt Switch or Thunderbolts. And yeah, that's pretty much the game here. Just gonna finish it off with a Volt Switch. Yeah, there's no need to reveal Thunderbolt, so yeah, I'll just Volt Switch. Should pick up the KO anyways at that range. Yep, so that's a good game.